I am Anil Kumar, and in this video we will review the postulates for parallel and perpendicular lines. Slopes of parallel lines. The postulate is two non-vertical lines will have same slope if and only if they are parallel. That is, if we have two lines which are not vertical like this, they are parallel if and only if they have same slope. So both these lines should have same slope. That is the postulate for parallel lines. Part 2 of this is all vertical lines are parallel. So this is, we're talking about non-vertical lines, and in the other part we are saying all vertical lines are parallel. So if I have a vertical line and there's another vertical line, then both vertical lines will always be parallel, right? As you know, slope of a vertical line is undefined, and therefore we don't mix them up, right? So we say two non-vertical lines will have same slope if and only if they are parallel, right? If they are not parallel, they will not have same slope. So we're trying to say here that if slope of line is m and n, then if m equals to n, then these two lines, let me call them L and P, then line L is parallel to line P. That is what we're trying to say, right? So that is how you should understand this postulate on parallel lines. Now the second one is on perpendicular lines. It says slopes of perpendicular lines. Two non-vertical lines are perpendicular if and only if the product of their slopes is -1. So let us say slope of one line is, let's say m1, slope of one line is, let us say 3. Then for m2, the second line, to be perpendicular, we should have a slope of -1/3. So when we multiply these two, 3 times -1/3, let me put it in bracket, we get -1. That means these two lines are perpendicular. Do you understand? That is a symbol for perpendicular, and that is a symbol for parallel. Okay. Two non-vertical lines are perpendicular if and only if product of their slopes is -1. So when you multiply the slopes, and if you get -1, then these lines are perpendicular. Part B is vertical and horizontal lines are perpendicular. That is to say that if I have two different lines, one is, let us say, horizontal, the other one is vertical. In that case, they are always perpendicular, right? So that's the postulate for perpendicular lines. So if I give you two lines which are perpendicular, it means that their product of their slope is -1. And if these lines are horizontal and vertical, then also they are perpendicular, right? That is how one has to treat it, right? Now let us say we have three different lines, and the slope is of the lines are, let us say slope of line 1 is 5, slope of line 2 is 1/5, and slope of line 3 is -1/5, right? Oh, I wrote 1/3, -1/5. Then which one of these are perpendicular lines? If I multiply 5 with 1/5, I'm going to get 1, not -1, right? But if I multiply 5 with -1/5, I will get -1. So these two lines will be perpendicular. Another way to look into for perpendicular lines is that if I have slope of line as 2/3, then the perpendicular line will have what slope? Can you tell me that? Slope of perpendicular line should be, we say, negative reciprocal, negative of this number, and then if we flip it, we get 3/2. So that is another way of finding slope. Now you can check with the help of postulate, that is, if I multiply these two, that is 2/3 times -3/2, what do I get? I do get -1, correct? But it gives you a strategy to find the slope, and we say negative reciprocal, right? So remember this part, negative reciprocal, to find slope, so that you get their product as -1, correct? So review these two postulates. We are going to apply them in the coming examples. Thank you and all the best.